Okay, so I'm going to assume we are live after the setup. So, how's everybody doing tonight? My name is Prince Leaf, and I'm going to be running the Flintstones Surprise at Dinosaur Peak for you. It's a very casual, very easy game to play through, but it's got a lot of RNG aspects that kind of make it difficult. Very quickly, I'm going to reset it again because we have some weird timing rules with the way stuff's going on in it. But just to ensure that we have the right timing, I'm going to go ahead and do that and start. Time starts when you gain control of Fred. So here we go, and start. So this, I don't exactly know the real story behind this game, but apparently it was a Blockbuster exclusive rental, and that was the only way you could actually get this game back in the day. I don't know how I obtained my copy, other than the fact that it was acquired by a trade with my neighbor. And I'm pretty sure we know who won that deal because, you know, the game is now worth about $2,000 to the right seller or buyer, and the rest is history for that. And I don't know what we traded for, but I still have my cart today, and I will not be trading, so don't ask. But the first level, just kind of a basic tutorial level to get you kind of used to the controls and all that. I picked up a Bronto burger, and the icon looks like a bowl or a shake or whatnot. The manual calls it a bowl, but by getting the Bronto burger, it put my POW meter up to 1 bar, and the POW meter, the bowl, increased that as well for special weapons. We don't have a special weapon yet, but it'll be very important that we get that boost up as quickly as possible. I have a hammer, this is my first special weapon, but it's not going to be all that important after this first level. A lot of this game is about quick boss kill techniques, and there's a couple, techniques here and there that do save you time, like this one coming up here. This little armadillo, you knock out this block here, and you swing and jump at the same time, and that is how to ensure that he goes off on the first swing. You can do it without doing that little technique, but that adds a couple frames for your window to actually hit that trick, so a 2-frame trick turns into about a 5-frame trick, so it makes it a little easier to do that. Grab this last Bronto burger here. I now have full power up. This means I can charge up and get the full amount of damage per hit. So we open up each fight usually with the charge swing here. Here's a little trick with this. Wait till I see his foot and jump up. Now climb up, get up here, throw a hammer as quickly as possible and hit him on his last frame. And then jump up and grab the diamond there. Very quick, very easy trick. But the difficult part of that is getting the timing correct with that second hit there. The cave level, nothing really has changed over the years with this level. Just a couple touch-ups here and there, but for the most part, since I started running this game back in 2015, nothing has really changed in this one. I took a minute off the world record when I first started actually playing it, and I'll touch upon why I started running the game when I get to that trick. But as for right now, what you just saw was my little trademark hit, because implementing that, I actually didn't know we were going to be using POW meter the whole entire run, so when I did that, it was just for show. It turned out to be important for the entire run, because bowling ball, sub-weapon we're going to get later, is going to be super important. So, little auto-scroller here. Nothing too spectacular. I mean, this would be a good time for donations, but I can't actually hear the audio on the other end right now, so just going to have to keep on talking. There's that minecart there. An extra life is up there, but in a speedrun, we're not trying to die. Trick here coming up. I'm going to switch to Barney for the next transition, but if you jump here and jump on the frame that you land on, you can get a little boost and take it to the end of the stage there. I got a really rotten pattern here, so what you want is a boulder to fall so you can just hit the caveman, but he's not being very nice here, so I have to do it the old-fashioned way, unfortunately. The best way for that fight to work is you hit him twice with the slingshot, and then hopefully 2 boulders from the ceiling fall down, and then you get it for double damage. The 2 slingshots are putting him down to 14, and the boulder glitches out or something and does extra damage. So ensures that the 2 boulders actually kill him, and it saves you about 2 seconds as opposed to doing it the way I was doing with the hammers. So another auto-scroller here, nothing really important to say about it, other than I've died on those sharks before, and it's not a good feeling. If you jump over them, you die. That's plain and simple. You want to hit them. Here I can just take this hit, and it'll take me to the end of the stage. So, the rock quarry level. There's one very important thing about this level, and I have to grab it, otherwise I'm going to be losing time just based on the frames of this club swing. So up to this point, I've been swinging on a pretty much small delayed window whenever you're swinging the club, but if you grab this little, I think the manual calls it just a meat, but it cuts the frames down that it takes between hits, so you hit a little faster, and I need this in order to do the wheel skip at the end of the game. So it's very important to get that here, and it also helps you kill bosses a little bit faster sometimes, but with iframes it really doesn't matter that much. And one thing that's kind of interesting about this level, it's like mid-game, but there's not a whole lot of enemies on this level. It's like, I don't know what was going on with that, but it's not a very difficult stage for how late it is in the game. So we get a lunchbox here, and what it does is it fills your health up, and I just kind of use it right away just to get rid of it. Jump here, that's a little interesting part. There's a gap in between that and the little ledge up on the top there that you can jump into and lose a couple seconds of time, but not a whole lot. But I try to jump early so I can bonk on that top there and hit the switch a little bit faster. A couple frames saved on that one. Alright, fight here. We do the 2 slingshots, get him down to 15, hit him with a bowling ball, he's at 10, 1 charge, and hit him on the end of the screen on the left side. Because hitting him on the left side, he actually comes off the screen a little bit faster than he is on the right side. So that's why we do that on the left side. And the bowling ball, for whatever reason, if you throw the bowling ball and you move left, when the bowling ball hits him, he flies to the left instead of flying to the right. So that's why the monkey went left instead of right. So we call this the kitchen stage of the game, because you're on tabletops and countertops and basically in a kitchen sink. And that's the explanation as to why it's called the kitchen. Frogs can jump at you. I try to swing and jump at the same time so that I can't get hit by them. A little bit of a damage boost coming up here. You want to switch to Barney so you get under these spikes a little bit faster, and then take the damage here to get up a little bit quicker. There is a difference between the hitboxes of the characters. Barney is a little bit smaller as opposed to Fred, so every time I'm going around these corners, I'm switching to Barney so that I can get a little quicker. I'm taking this quick damage boost here so I can get by that fish a little bit faster. And onto the spider, which is a very random crapshoot boss. If you hit him on the right frame, you can do double damage with that bowling ball that I just hit him with. And you'd never know if you're actually going to hit him. I got a 4-hit spider on that one. You never actually know if you're on the right frame for that, because it's actually sort of working the same way as if you're familiar with Super Mario Bros. 3 and going through pipes, or the little pipe skip. You have to be on the right sub-pixel for that in order to go through there. And basically, it works the same. It's when you enter the fight, if you're on the right frame, the bowling ball will hit him twice on a frame. So, difference on this witch hut now, you're noticing that I'm switching characters every time I get off of a switch. It's because it takes a couple frames for Fred to get off the switch, but if you take the frame that you lose to actually switch characters, you gain a little bit of distance getting off the switch, and that's why I'm switching every single time. It saves a whole second over the entire level if you're doing it that way. Of course, I'm also running Claw now, and I hate that setup on a controller, so it kind of gives me a little bit of hand issues. You want to hit that watermelon as quickly as possible. If you hit the right frame, you get all 4 of those projectiles out at the same time. And you can die here, and I didn't do that this time, fortunately for me. So another claw trick here, and I didn't switch characters. Very tight window on that one, but the door itself has a long window to get over there, so taking the damage doesn't matter that much. And we're on to the witch hut fight. So how this fight works is the witch is going to waste your time by warping around this room. What you want is for the witch to be as close to you as possible so that you can quickly get the damage in. And these bats really mean nothing. You hit them, and it's a global timer when she comes back, so the bats are just there to be there. And hit you, but they're pretty easy to deal with. And that is the place where you don't want the witch to be, because that's the part of the... Oh, I cannot believe I just did that. That is the best place to have her at the end of the room, but unfortunately I didn't get it set up in time to get up to the top of the screen to grab the gem. And so here I have a couple seconds just to relax and take my hand off the controller. Because this is an auto-scroller, and as long as you're up at the top of the screen here, you only get a hit of maximum of 2 times the entire level, so it's a time to relax. It's a very quick run. I mean, I haven't had a chance to really explain anything, like most of the stuff that's pretty new over the years. I don't have the world record for this game anymore, and I haven't for like over 2 or 3 years now. I think the record now is a 149. Sorry, a 1449 by Tipu Real. He's a Finland runner, and he's also my task buddy. I did task this game in my long hiatus from this game. So when you do the task, you learn a lot about the game that I didn't previously know. So I learned how the spider fight kind of worked, and quickest ways to do stuff. And so tasking the game has been really helpful when figuring everything out about it. So the volcano stage, you blink, you're going to miss it because it's a very fast stage in this game. And it's also the RNG run killer. So here you want the wings to be down so that the bird up here doesn't hit you. And now we're on to the worst part. The baby dinosaur stays here. It's the fine, perfect RNG, but even more perfect RNG is if he goes up and he comes down in this hole. So I actually got the second best pattern this fight by having him just stand there. But if he goes up, he needs to come back down in the second from the left hole, where he's about to just transition and go to the next stage. So we are already in the final stage of this game, and it's one of the hardest in the game, obviously. It's the last stage, so the first few screens, not so much. It's the last screen of the level. So again, with the whole sprites being smaller than the other, you need to be Barney to go under these sprites, otherwise you'll take a hit if you're Fred. So there's a little frame perfect trick that you can do on these two, this one boulder, because the other one doesn't go down here. You can save yourself a couple frames by not doing that jump, but unfortunately if you miss that jump, it's a 1 frame perfect trick, you die. And so new trick here that hasn't really been used, it's rope canceling. I switch to Fred as I'm climbing up on the rope, and this is unfortunately the only time we can use this trick in this level, and we use it twice. And one of them, that one I just did not so important. Okay, 3 times actually. That one's not so important. The next one's not so important, but the last one is easily the most important one, and it makes the wheel skip actually the easiest trick in this entire game. It used to be one of the hardest. That's some of the things that we found over the years that just, help make this game a little more consistent to run. Take this damage here, throw a bowling ball. Very quick kill on that caveman there. We throw this bowling ball here just so I don't have to worry about this guy jumping on me. If he hits you, he steals the special item you have. So here's that second time that we're going to use this little rope canceling trick. All you do is just climb up, and before you get to the top of your climb, you switch characters. Because as soon as you get to the top of that climb, you're locked into Barney, so you want to get that taken care of before that. So the hardest room in the game right here, and if I die, I lose at least a minute, because it's an auto-scroller kind of disguised as a not auto-scroller. So you want to quickly get through here and not get hit by the wheel. You also want to get enough of a lead so that these little blocks of animation aren't on screen, because that causes the game to lag quite a bit. And here you want to kind of get enough of a lead so that you don't have to worry about this wheel as much. Knock these blocks out as quickly as possible and just go for it. You don't have much time, so you gotta hurry. Jump here, knock out the middle one, bottom, and use a rope jump, and there you go. It's easy every single time. Much easier than my trick that I originally discovered with the game, and that one trick is the reason why I'm speedrunning this game, and that is how I was able to take 40 seconds off of Author Blues' record of 16:41 at the time. And that is history for me. So another trick here, we originally thought we'd open up with the bowling ball swing here. That is not the case anymore, because if you just let the animation go there, that is actually a full club swing that I just hit him with. And I got the best fight so far. Got hit her again with that trick. I missed, and it's gonna extend it a little bit. Damn. Well, that could have been a good time, but I'm not gonna be too worried about time. I'm not gonna be too worried about how that one went. It was bound to not PB just based on RNG and whatnot. So a 15:11 time is very good for, you know, for a marathon run, I'd say. I had a 15:01 earlier. I can still definitely do a PB possibly in this game. It's a very fun game. It's very easy to pick up, I think, now with all these consistent tricks that we've added over the years. So definitely, if you're interested in, you know, just wanting to speedrun a very casual, very friendly game, here's a game for you. Unfortunately, the cart, very expensive, so you're going to have to use a flash cart or emulator, whichever you want to do. So, unfortunately, I got some news. You probably saw the last time I'm ever going to run this game for a marathon, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's good to go out. I wanted to go out on Best of NES, but since I'm not a world record holder, I'm not able to do that on Best of NES anymore. So, we're going out on Dave's channel, so I appreciate you having me, Dave. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm probably going to run it, but probably not for marathons anymore. Just maybe not even that anymore, but that's just how it goes. And it's been 6 years since I started this game, and I think it's probably time to move on from it. So maybe here or there I'll throw it in, but we'll just see what goes on. So that was my run. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and hopefully you continue to enjoy Dave's marathon. It's been a blast. I had fun doing this for everybody, and we'll see you on the other side. So enjoy the rest of the marathon, and I'll see you around.